Good evening.
Good evening.
Inkster City Council, Monday, April 20th, 2026 meeting is now called to order. Everyone, please stand for our prayer. Pastor Overman, can you lead us?
Let every heart pray. Father, we thank you for your amazing grace and love. We thank you that we stand in the strength and we stand on the shoulders of so many that have prayed and that lead in a level of excellence. We thank you today for this city council, for our mayor, our leadership, for the residents of the great city of Inkster. We thank you that no matter how high it appears to be with a wall of war and things that's happening in this country, we stand higher because you set the standard. So we thank you for the peace of God that surpasses our understanding as we work together in unity, in collaborative effort, and in community. We thank you that we will rise and we will continue to rise. And the great thing about rising is that no matter how high we go, we will always bring others. We thank you for this. Amen.
Amen. Continue to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Nolan,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Chisholm,
Present.
Councilwoman Rutledge,
Present.
Councilman Bishop,
Present.
Councilwoman Scott, Councilwoman Howard, here, Councilwoman Richardson. Mayor, you do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Everybody had a chance to look at the agenda? So we took off item D, and we added an additional item to B, which is now D. Consider approval to sponsor 6 kids with the summer sales camp for the amount of $600. Any other changes, additions, deletions do we need to make to the agenda? Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been probably moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, we have no presentations tonight. Wait a minute. Wait, we have an add-on presentation. Councilwoman Rutledge.
Made you go all the way up there.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So, I know we've had a lot of issues going on with our water. So I contacted Fresh Water Future to help us primarily with our seniors and wanted to help them to get them some water filters. So, we haven't devised a plan yet. However, there will be 10 water filters at police, 10 at fire, and Councilwoman Richardson, who has been getting numerous calls from her seniors, will have about 20 water filters. So once we devise the plan, we only got a limited amount, with the notion that we could possibly get more. The MDHSS has a program that is for the pregnant women and the children. So our seniors are kind of left exposed. So I want to make sure that they get water filters. Councilwoman Richardson has assured me that her seniors are gonna get water filters. So as soon as we devise a plan, we will get those out and let you know how that's gonna be dispersed, with the notion that there will be 10 at police and there will be 10 at fire. Also, I'll be doing a PSA on how to take care of your filter. Because that's extremely important, how to take care of your filter, so that it will last you for a long time. All right, thank you all.
Good presentation.
Right.
I have a question.
Great.
Councilwoman Rutledge, how many how many cartridges does the filter come with included?
One.
One. And the reason I asked that, I know last time when the city passed out a multitude of them in conjunction with Wayne County, what was that, back in 19?
19.
I guess a lot of people were under the notion that the city was going to continue replenishing them for a lifetime.
No.
And it was a difficult conversation for some. They just didn't realize that after they got what they got from the city, they would be, responsible for buying their own.
Nope, and then I'm gonna do a PSA that Troy is gonna put on the city's website And that will kind of contain that information, letting people know that information that they have to purchase their secondary filter and so forth. And also, again, how to take care of the filter.
Cool. Thank you.
Of course, we're gonna acknowledge Mr. Ernest Hendricks, who this hall is named after. Good to see you, sir. Mr. Hendricks, good to see you. How are you? I'm good. Always good to see you. Okay, going down to public hearing. We do not have one. Consent agenda.
So moved.
Been probably moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, it passes. Any board and commission appointments, nominations? No? We short of any of the board's commitment? We okay right now?
It's a couple, but you're pretty much up to standard with all of them, just a
Okay.
few.
Okay. Well, send us an email, let us know where we need to appoint.
Okay.
Okay. Ordinances, no first readings, but we do have a second reading.
Second reading for chapter 155 zoning ordinance, memo to the mayor and city council from Derek Dowdell, Community Development Director, regarding recommendation for adoption of chapter 155 zoning ordinance update. Executive summary: the purpose of this memo is to formally recommend that the city council adopt the proposed updates to chapter 155 zoning ordinance. This comprehensive update is designed to align our local land use regulations with the city's current master plan, promote sustainable economic development, and streamline the administrative process for residents and developers alike. Planning Commission recommendations: at the regularly scheduled meeting that was held on March 23rd, 2026, the Inkster Planning Commission conducted a final review and public hearing regarding the proposed changes. Following a thorough discussion of the ordinance's impact on community growth and modernization. Action: the Planning Commission Board voted unanimously to recommend the adoption of Chapter 155 zoning ordinance update to the City Council. Rationale: the board noted that the updated ordinance addresses previous ambiguities, encourages mixed use development in key corridors, and modernizes standards for the zoning ordinances. Key benefits of the update: adopting the revised Chapter 155 will provide several strategic advantages for the city of Inkster. 1, consistency ensures all zoning regulations are legally defensible and consistent with state statutes. 2, economic growth simplifies the red tape for new businesses, making Inkster a more attractive destination for investment. 3, community character includes updated design standards that protect the aesthetics value and integrity of our residential neighborhoods. 4, modern standards incorporates contemporary land use trends such as missing middle housing. Next step: the Planning Commission encourages the council to review the attached final draft of the ordinance after the required 2 readings.
All right. Whew. All right. The zoning ordinance is 147 pages, 147 pages long. All right. So, we did the reading, so now we're on to new business.
Consider approval or denial of Chapter 155 zoning ordinance.
So moved.
Support.
Move to,
Approve.
okay, move to approve. It's probably second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes.
Consider approval street closure block party, 4th annual Princeton Street Block Party, date June 27th, 2026. Event hours 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Street to be closed: Princeton, Cross Streets, Meadowdale, and Bayhand. Block party coordinator Corey Joe Riley.
So moved. Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes.
Item C. Consider approval for replacement of mobile and prep radios for police and fire.
So moved.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion.
Discussion. I had came in on the tail end of the conversation, so if for myself and of course the general audience that just came, could we just give a brief summary on what the replacement of mobile and prep radios for police and fire entails?
So basically, the federal government has mandated that all police agencies have their radios encrypted. In order for us to stay in communication with our surrounding agencies, and in order for us to continue to utilize our dispatch services, we have to be in compliance with radios. Because the current radios that we use are aged, we're not able to upgrade those radios. So now we have to purchase new radios for the police department as well as the fire department.
Do these have any, with upgrading them, are there any advancements as far as how they transmit and dead zones and things of that nature?
So the current radios that we have two different sets of radios. Currently, we use Kenwood radios, which we have had significant issues with, how they transmit, being in dead zones. So what we've decided to do is to go with one vendor. And so because we have to upgrade the radios anyway or get new radios, we decided to go with Motorola because they have the better service.
Oh, thank you.
All right, any other discussion, questions? We all got it up here. Two options, either a lease option and or purchase, depending on whether we get a grant funds.
Correct, Mayor.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes.
Item D, consider approval to sponsor 6 kids with the summer sales camp for the amount of $600.
So moved.
Second. Probably moved in second. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes. Public participation. Sandra K. Watley.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Inkster residents. I'm here tonight to invite you Wednesday, April the 22nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. to our monthly voting meeting. We hold these every month, and we teach you how to vote, why you're voting, and all the things that they're doing to stop you from voting. So you'll be better prepared to go to the polls. Remember, if you vote, you decide. If you don't vote, others decide for you. So you have to vote. The second thing I want to talk about is the water bills. Okay, why are we getting 2 a month? My bill was due today, and I paid it. But Friday, I got May's bill. And when I inquired about it, a gentleman who obviously skipped your customer service meeting told me that the water department was trying to catch up and he ain't had nothing to do with it. So, one, maybe there needs to be some remedial training for customer service here.
Was that Jerome you was talking to?
Because it's really disappointing to come to City Hall now. It really is. And then just tell me why I'm getting 2 a month, because they add the old bill onto the new bill that hasn't even been due yet. So I'm kind of confused.
You want to take a swipe at this?
So the bills that have gone out recently are for the month of March. We try to get the bills because we had fallen behind as we have been going through the new meter installation. So we want to get the bills out as quickly as possible because we're trying to get caught back up so we can get back onto our normal schedule. As part of what we're doing, a couple of things are happening. One is that we are not, as we normally do, rolling any overdue balances onto the property taxes. The second thing is that for the remainder of the fiscal year, we've also been waiving any type of late fees and penalties that are normally associated when the payment is not made by the deadline. And so for the bills that were most recently received, I believe the deadline, is May 20th. That's on the bill. I can't recall exactly off the top of my head. But again, we're trying to do 2 things. One is to get the bills out as quickly as we can, because we have been maintaining 2 different billing systems. And then the second thing is we're trying to be reasonable in terms of giving people time enough to pay them. So the reason why you receive the bill, and all customers, not just you, but all customers receive the bill, is because we want to get the bills out to the customers as quickly as we can acknowledging that, for several months we were behind, again, due to the billing situation that we explained back in the fall.
I'm sorry, I just heard wonk, 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 wonk.
Well,
And that's fine.
I can give you the short explanation is we're sending the bills out because the bills have to go out. I'm not exactly sure what the suggestion is for us to sit on it.
No, I'm not making any suggestions. I'm just
So
inquiring.
I'm
why
not,
I'm
again,
getting
I'm not
two
sure
bills.
I'm not sure what the complaint is about.
I'm asking why I'm getting two bills. Before this one
How
is
did you
even
get two
paid or
bills?
due, I'm getting one for the next month. And you're saying you're trying to catch up.
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, I don't see the benefit in us holding on to a bill. You're saying you want us to hold on to a
No,
bill?
I'm inquiring as to why I was getting them, and you
I tried to.
answered that.
I tried. Well, you said I was.
But I said I still
All right.
it matters not. So the third thing I'm doing now is I have sent an email to everyone who I have their email address about the Memorial Day parade. We are doing the Veterans Memorial this year, and we are looking for veterans. If you have any relatives that are members of the armed forces, we're asking you to submit their names and their pictures if necessary, because we are going to initiate this year a perpetual remembrance memorial. And that's where we're going to have a placard type situation where we will list the name of the veteran along with their branch of service. And we will be doing this every year. And at the memorial service after the Memorial Day parade, we'll be calling out each one's name in remembrance of their sacrifice and service. So if you are aware of any veterans within Inkster, or if you have family members that were veterans, we would appreciate you submitting that to the police department. Lisa Burney is one person. If you have my email, you can submit it to me. And like I said, we're starting that so we can initiate it. And each year we'll be adding names to it, and each year we'll be reading the name, sort of like in a say their name honor. So, and that's that.
Thank you. Everybody, I don't know if the clock is working on the wall. When you hear the alarm go off, that means your 3 minutes is up, so please wrap it up. All right, next person is Miss Lisa Burney.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, members of Inkster. I just want to give you guys a couple announcements. This weekend, we have, of course, our Mayor Clean Sweep. That is this Saturday from 11 to 2, meeting at the Dozer Rec Center. There are flyers here to register for participation if you are still interested. That same day, we're having National Medicine Take Back Day. So what that is if you have any expired, unused, unwanted medications, you can come by the police station between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and just drop off. No questions asked. There'll be boxes in the lobby. Again, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., drop off any unused, expired, or unwanted medications at the Inkster Police Department. We have our Mayor's Summer Discovery Program that is going on July 6th through August 14th. There are flyers here, so get your kids registered. It is ages K through 8th grade, so make sure you take advantage from that. Program runs from July 6th to the 14th, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Dozer Rec Center. Just reiterating to what Ms. Watley said, the Memorial Day Parade, May 25th at 12 p.m. Starting point, shops at Center, so make sure you guys come out and support. And again, if you guys know any veterans, if you are a veteran yourself, if you would like to nominate a veteran, please make sure you can email their photos, their names and rank, and what branch of service they were in to B as in boy, URNEY @cityofinkster.com. Again, that email address is LBURNEY @cityofinkster.com. And just some housekeeping, just know that this month is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. So make sure you are putting your phones away. You are not texting and driving. You are not eating and driving. You are keeping your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. It is also Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So make sure that we do be mindful and pay attention to signs of anyone that you may know who have been a victim of sexual assault. It is also Autism Acceptance Month. And so we want to make sure that we, represent those amazing children and those of us who are very special, near and dear to us. So representing all colors for April for Autism Acceptance Month. And last but not least, we all can do with this Stress Awareness Month. Take care of your mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect timing. Ms. Bernie.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The veterans,
Yes.
the pictures.
Yes.
Are you talking about, this include deceased veterans, or you're honoring just those that are living?
Both.
Both?
Both. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Opal Gray.
I've already spoken to, and all I need to do is sue the council people right after the meeting.
I'm gonna have to sanction you for not coming to the microphone, though. Did I sanction her? Would it be smart?
Funny. Council members, and I've already spoken to the audience, and you were in the back. So I told them about the event this Saturday at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be at Dozier Complex right here on Middlebelt. And we want everybody to come because it's the event of the year. We have special guests coming. I won't tell you who they are, but you will miss it if you don't come. So this is our only fundraiser, and the money helps the seniors and the children of Inkster. So we want you to come and support us. And that's why I have to see all these people after the meeting, so they can.
She's trying to hit y'all up. Y'all better run up out of here.
$50. I've already contacted most of you, and so I want to collect tonight.
Shirley Walker.
My thing is, I'm only gonna say, I think D. Richardson. I was in Vegas. I got a phone call. I was there for 2 months. Our garbage wasn't being picked up for 2 weeks. And I called and I said, okay, who I'm gonna call? Oh, let me call D. I called D. D took care of it. So the same day, the garbage came flying through and helped us. The second one was it today? Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to get a garbage can, an extra garbage can. I was on the phone for a half an hour listening to some crap. Furthermore, it says you'll be on the phone for 25 minutes. Then it came back, said 22. Then it came back and said 26. And I'm going, is something wrong with their phone? I called again, did the same thing. I got tired of it for half of the day. I called D. She took care of it, and I think she called Jerome. And Jerome gave the phone number. And whoever the lady was that helped me, she said, gave me the website. And I said, I'll get on it today. So all I wanted was a garbage can. That's all. And I mean, you catch it. But I said, I really appreciate Dee for helping me every time I have a problem. And our neighborhood, our block, said thank you. They asked me, who did I know? It's not what I know, it's who I know. So thanks, Dee.
Thank you. James Eberhard Jr.
What she call a priority today?
Ms. Walker.
All right. Good evening, council, residents, mayor. Our community deserves better. To the residents, family, and elected officials of the city of Inkster, I write this with a heavy heart and an unwavering sense of urgency. Over the course of just days, our community has been shaken of tragedies that demand more than condolences. 2 young men shot each other. Another young man, someone's child, fled from the police in a high-speed chase that ended in a shootout, resulting in a young adult with major injuries, a pedestrian dead and living with the traumatic memory to all who has witnessed this. These are not statistics. These are our neighbors. These are our children. On the news, an Inkster elder and community member reflected on the recent murder tragedy, which really touched me. I looked at that young man in the eyes and I saw my own son. She didn't see a murderer. She didn't see a terrorist. She seen her own son. That statement stopped me in my tracks, not because it was surprising, but because it was true. One of our elders, a woman who has poured decades of love into the city, stood near the chaos and saw not a criminal, not a headline, but a child. A child who, like so many of others, deserved intervention long before it came to that moment. That is the weight we must sit with. That is the clarity we must act from. This is a community concern and not just a law enforcement one. I want to be clear. This is not a police problem. Police respond to violence. Communities prevent it. The tools we need are not more reaction. They are more relationship, more resources invested upstream, more relationships between young people and the adults who believe in them. I have had the privilege of learning, building alongside, and supporting some of the leading practitioners of community violence intervention, CVI. I research-backed community-centered approach that places credible messengers, interrupters, and outreach workers at the center of violence reduction. This is not a theory. CVI programs have produced measurable reductions in violence in cities that looks like Inkster's. Cities with our history, our people, our potential. Detroit has made headlines last year, reducing homicides by 60%. Record since 1960. I have brought this work to the attention of our city's leadership, not once, not twice, but repeatedly across multiple administrations. I have made this case. Our residents have been carried this advocacy to the state level, and still CVI has not been made a priority within our city's own walls. This change must be made today. Thank you.
Priscilla Cook. Any questions? Any questions?
To the mayor, council, and audience. To the mayor, the council, and the audience. First of all, I'd like to say that there's a flyer that I received with the water bill that I received this week. And it starts out with my name on it, which I imagine whoever got a letter, their name is on it. It says, many homeowners are not aware that the repairs to the exterior water service or sewer septic lines that run between their homes and the public utility connection are the responsibility of the homeowner. I had water that came in my basement, and I had to pay over $3,000 to have the lines from my home out to the alley where they then put PVC pipe. I have a picture here, whereas of now, there is no one coming out from the city of Inkster to check those concrete, those little white barriers that go over the water lines. And I would like to know, is there anyone scheduled to come out and check the water drains that are located in the alleys, which is now part of the homeowner's property because we don't have any more alleys, but that's what they previously were. They are full of dirt and debris and not fitting properly over the drain holes. I have submitted pictures to be observed pertaining to that matter, if you would like to see these pictures.
Who did you submit the pictures to?
Pardon me?
Who did you submit the pictures to?
I have them in my hand.
Okay.
That's why I said if someone would like to see them, I have them.
Bivens, Mr. Bivens.
I would also like to say if this matter is looked into, then probably there's a possible chance that we would not have to end up paying so much money to get it corrected, because I know that someone within the city of Inkster knows something about those water drains. And even if there's a house that's behind yours, that where's no one living there, it's not being taken care of. So I want to bring it to your attention that that is something that really needs to be looked into. Also, Major, the company that came out to service us as far as changing water lines, they came out, they did work in the yard. I have pictures of the tree that I was in my front yard that they destroyed, and they say they'll take care of it. This is springtime. Everything is growing and blossom, and this is still the way that it looks, you know. They hauled the tree away after I asked them to. So that is another concern of mine. Also,
Go ahead and finish, please.
Also, my front yard has been destroyed by the project that they were working on pertaining to installing water lines to my water meter in my home. And like I just mentioned, they have knocked down a tree, and with the equipment, they use really heavy equipment. They came out and they have destroyed the pavement in front of the house, even though some of the curb, the only area that they repaired was a curb that was in front of a water meter that they installed that's at the end of my driveway. So I have company to come by, and they don't want to come to the front door because they're talking about it's too much mud out there. The ground is all broken up. And I was told it would that they would do something about it, but as of yet, nothing has been done. The curb is terrible, and I also have pictures of where they destroyed all of my front yard, both sides of the house. And, you know, I'm just concerned about when is something going to be done about this.
Okay, what work was done in your, what, you said water, what company did you say?
Major.
Okay, they're supposed to come back out and
Major, and I even have pictures of the concrete trucks. They came out, and when they finished pouring the concrete, they get another truck to come up and water them down right in front of the house. They water, you know, like clean out the whole chute right in front of my house, and they don't clean it up. They just left it there. So I do have pictures of that. I have the picture of the water. The fire hydrant, that they installed, and this is the way they left that. You know, it's just nothing being done. Like they come and they don't really finish what they start. And also, I was told that we would get some sidewalks repaired. I would like to know when is that going to happen, and if it's going to happen, and if what certain area are they working in, because I haven't seen any of that. Excuse me, I haven't seen any of that work done, you know, in the area I live in without giving out my address to the public, you know. Okay. So those are my concerns that I have, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to those.
please show Mr. Bivens anything, because I know you showed a picture of a fire hydrant. Make sure he sees that. He can take a picture of your picture, and then he can tell you when we anticipate being in your section, if you just tell him what district you're in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leon Crawford?
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
Good evening.
In lieu of the tragedies that have happened just recently with the murdering of 2 teenagers, I'd like to echo my program once again to the city, and I need you guys to help echo. Every year I have a summer program where I teach boys how to tie a tie, build a wall, jumpstart a car, change a tire, chivalry, money management, and so forth. Some real hands-on man skill. I want to shout out the Bishop family have always been a part of our program, helping us with the cars and donating the cars for the kids. But I need help from the community because our biggest numbers was 120 boys showed up and we had to use the recreation center. And unfortunately, out of 120 boys, less than 15 of them came from Inkster. We averaged 75 kids on average for the last 7 years. And once again, less than 15 young men, and young ladies are welcome too, show up from the city of Inkster. So I need your support to echo it, but I also need you to help me with a fundraiser. On May the 23rd, we're having a sneakers ball. I need for anyone that can donate or come, make sure a child is able to be represented. If you have a business and you'd like to represent and partner with us, you can reach me by email at gogetalife.org, gogetalife.org, or always my phone number is available. I'm a Facebook king. Everybody know me on Facebook as well as in the community. So we really need the support, and we are the boots on the ground for our children. And so we're here to support our police department and our city council. So we need your support, and thank you very much.
Okay. Time and location.
Oh, the sneaker ball will be held at Hype in Wayne, May 23rd, starting at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And our mayor is our keynote speaker, so that's going to be fun. And we have people coming, other honorees that have supported us all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, and so forth. So,
can you also resend the email that was mentioned earlier back to council?
resend it.
Can you send it to us again? Thank you.
We'll make sure you get it, okay?
Thank you.
And to all the residents as well, thank you.
Thank you.
In Wayne, at Hype. Here's a flyer. For those of you all didn't get one, just let me know. We'll give you more information. Thank you.
Thank you. Barbara Cooper.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and residents of the city of Inkster, and everybody on this side and everybody on that side. All right. One question, Mayor, I just have to ask. I just want to compliment you last week and at Wayne Westland. Wasn't that last week? Yes, I want to compliment you. Also, can you keep us informed when the next meeting is going to be, and maybe you can let people know what that was about. The ones who knew about it from Inkster were there, and Inkster was represented very well, and we just need to be represented a little even more, so maybe they'll get the message that we mean business. But and it's about our property, the property on Henry Ruff Road that was taken from the city of Inkster, which was the old Milton and Blanchette Middle School. And Wayne Westland has decided that they want to sell it. Right, okay. And that's what that meeting is about. And I'm sorry that one of our former residents or whatever she is, Sister Hanks, we need prayer there. I'm sorry. Prayer is needed. The parade is the route. Have you come up with the route yet for the parade?
I think we did.
Okay. It's back. It's back on Inkster Road.
No, it's not back on Inkster Road. They didn't give us permission to use their lot, so we're staying at the same location we were at the previous 2 years.
Okay, we're going down Michigan Avenue. All right. Thank you very much. Lastly, I'd like to say congratulations to Sister Opal. It's been 7 years. Anniversary. Sister Cooper. Last Monday, 4 years. Cancer free. God is good. I think that's it. And I'll give Lisa a name that I have been questioning about that's on the rock. And all they needed to do was change his middle initial. And that was Paul D. Jones. And unfortunately, his mother passed before I could get it changed, and it's not changed. So I would like, my cousin said he may come in from Texas because it was his uncle to get, because he's the last living Jones. So we just want to make sure that they recognize. Thank you.
Thank you. Wallace Gardner. No Wallace Gardner? No Wallace Gardner?
He left.
Okay.
That's the guy on Brentwood. Yeah, he left.
Pastor Gene Overman.
So, again, I do agree with the last comment. Thank you for speaking so courageously over at Westland. I do appreciate that. This entitlement and privilege that has been taken from us as a people as it ran out. So thank you for that. And congratulations to you, Steve. I was there at the thing with the state, with the governor, and to see you on the stage in Inkster in the limelight. Congratulations, son. But I want to do summer discovery for Operation Refuge and Squirrel. You're right, and we do offer many programs in Inkster. Our mayor was talking with the lady today from the state of Michigan around what you just mentioned as he spoke with the Ministerial Alliance to get in those programs, and he mentioned what's happening. And there is a sense of urgency. But again, as Leon alluded to, we have many programs. It's how do we get our families engaged? When you have children, currently we have Priya that just left Morocco. So whether we're taking them to the UN, Africa, up the street, if they don't come, what do we do? And I think that's something we need to look at as community is how do we engage our families, get them to understand what we offer already. The Summer Discovery Program, Balmer, has invested $30 billion in the summer programming. We are taking advantage of it at the rec for the grades, first grade through 8th. Operation Refuge is doing the 8th graders to 9th graders. We are paying them, 14-year-olds, you're paid $15 an hour to attend a summer program. What else can we do if we pay you, feed you, pick you up? I want suggestions. Do we do a roundtable? How do we engage those that need it the most to take advantage of what's being offered in the city of Inkster? If you have ideas, please reach out. You know where to find me, either at the pantry or at the building. But we really got to figure out how do those that need it the most have access to those of us that's offering program. So again, we have the flyers there. Summer Discovery, we're at the same time as the city. We're doing the students that the city is not. So if your student is an 8th grader grandparents and you want them to make money this summer while they attend the program, think about that. $14 an hour, they're paid to attend a program, and you still can't get them there. What do we do? What do we do in these conditions? So we need to figure it out, and we're here. You know we're here. We're always there. We say this regularly. So please, the flyers are there. Get your younger children at the complex, the 8th graders, Operation Refuge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eighth graders going to 9th grade.
Milton Hunter.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Milton Hunter, and I'm a member of the community. I've been attending these meetings, and nothing has changed. I'm here about the house We Hope that's tied to We Hope Dream Believe project, because right now it does not represent hope. It represents broken promises. This city is still promoting the house as if it's preserving its history, but in reality, it's deteriorating. People in this community volunteered their time and labor because they believed in what the house stood for. And today they're watching their work being destroyed by moisture, by inaction, by the lack of accountability. A pipe burst over 5 months ago and nothing has been done. And if one pipe bursts, we all know that is not the only problem. That means it's a deeper damage. That means demolition. It means reconstruction. That means everything that was built now has to be rebuilt because no one has acted. That's not preservation, that's abandonment. And as Malcolm X said, I am for truth no matter who tells it. I'm for justice no matter who's it for or against. So here is the truth. Help was offered and it was turned down. I have receipts. And y'all got to know this by now. And even today, people are still willing to help. But instead of action, we are seeing the same pattern across the city. Unresolved housing issue, rising water bills, the lack of transparency when residents ask questions. The freedom of information requests from the community have been denied. I actually got everybody from the community, messages and text calls, and I gathered all the stuff that they wanted. And I put it together on a FOIA. So it's we are being charged thousands of dollars for transparency, $6,000 and $3,000 without even providing a proper good faith estimate or a clear breakdown of costs. They put hours on there like work hours, like that was supposed to scare me away, but I got the money. I just want a good faith breakdown. All we asked for was transparency. The community is willing to pitch in and the people are willing to support the solution, but how can they when the voices aren't being heard and the process isn't clear? And under the city's charter, the council has a responsibility to provide oversight, maintain public trust, and ensure transparency. The key word being transparency from y'all. Right now, the responsibility is not being met. Because we had the chance to change people's circumstances and we didn't. So I'm asking plainly on record, what is the true condition of the property? Who is responsible for the lack of action? And when will this city start choosing accountability over silence? And more importantly, not use and just use what we already have. And if the goal is truly to serve the community, then the smart move right now would be to activate the space and place the food truck on the adjacent side of the Malcolm X house, bring it back, and actually begin serving the people while the bigger issue is addressed. Because the community doesn't need more promotion, we need the truth, transparency, and action. And we didn't come here for a response. We came here for results. Thank you.
A.C. Williams.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, Inkster residents. I just wanted to add to the discussion that was started earlier about curfews and how do we address violence in the city and do it in an effective and meaningful way. I've worked in public health 20 years, both directly with families and children and on the policy level. And traditionally, violence is reacted to after the fact. But what people need to also realize is violence is a health issue, a public health issue. And so if we start also looking at it from that lens, we go from looking at people to like what's wrong with you to what happened to you and what type of support and resources do you need. And so there are ways we can address it through ordinances like healthy neighborhood initiatives. And then there's also policy initiatives we can take approach to and try and implement. But through my experiences, we have to, of course, meet children where they're at, but we have to meet the parents where they're at. And if anyone has heard of adverse childhood experiences or ACEs, right? It's a direct correlation to how it impacts your health and increases, like, for example, your risk of heart disease by 22% if you've experienced 4 or more ACEs. And if a parent has experienced at least one ACE, so for example, domestic violence or abuse, it also increases their children's likelihood of experiencing those ACEs and reducing their lifespan. So if we can, also think about how to meet parents where they're at, and I know we all like to think of being a parent as something that's instinctual and that just comes naturally, but quite frankly, it doesn't for everybody. And in my experience, sometimes you have to train parents on how to meet their children where they're at, and provide that support, connect them to the community, and reassure them that they're not by themselves and that they have, people who want the best for them and their children. So I just wanted to put that out there as we think about how we want to approach this. We also need to plug in the parents so that they can, of course, pass down the best to their children. That's what I'll say.
All right, thank you. Sandra King.
Good evening. Real quick, I've heard some things that have blown my mind tonight, and I think they're all good. We have a lot of people doing a lot of things for the city of Inkster. The problem is we're all disconnected. I think we need to have a fair or some kind of event where all these organizations come under one roof and invite the community to participate in these services, because maybe they don't come because they don't know. I'm finding out about the Boys to Men, about all these different projects that our young people could be involved in that they probably would enjoy if they only knew. That's I think we need to figure something out how to do that. Second thing is, I called you about a couple of months ago about a rainfall that took place that flooded Avondale, and people were driving up on the grass in front of our school, and they've created like 8-inch ditches. Well, our lawn guy refuses to go over that because the tracks are still there. Now, the problem was not an AIA problem. It was an Inkster problem because the thing was covered in, because the workers the debris that comes off that work field that's across the street from our school clogged the drains, whatever. We need to know when that get fixed, because it's a problem. And the guy doesn't want to break his blades trying to cut grass that's, You
want to fill it with some dirt?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
All right.
Some good news. I am now a homeowner in Inkster. So I've been leasing for a few years. Now I'm a homeowner, so you're going to hear my voice more loudly and clearly about the things. But I want to offer our program that we have at AIA. We have 2 summer school programs going on, and you don't have to go to AIA to be a participant in one, and that's the Inkster Community Nighthawks Pathfinder program. The Pathfinders are a faith-based scouting group, sort of like the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, but it's a co-ed organization. We have taken kids as far from Florida to Wyoming. We just left Chicago. We're heading to Saginaw, Indianapolis. We take our kids to get experiences, to take them out of the city. We have lock-ins. I bought enough equipment with some grants that I received that our kids love to stay at our school, and it's called Inkster Community, not Inkster AIA. So we're going to open this up to not only our kids in our school, but the kids of Inkster. And I would love if some of these other youth programs could come together and do some things together to prevent what happened this week, because there was another young man that people don't talk about who completed suicide. He was also from a former student at AIA. So we've lost 3 young people under the age of 20 in the last 3 weeks. And I think that should be an alarm to everybody that something's wrong, and we got to help the parents, help the community, help the city to save our babies.
Thank you. Gabe Henderson. Say what you know. He's not a gangster on his shirt.
No, hello, family. How y'all folks doing today?
Good.
Well, first of all, I want to speak on the beautification kickoff. It's this Saturday. Normally we start at 9 o'clock, but it's going to be at 12. Okay, that's a good time because a lot of people you probably can be there at that time instead of 9, right? Right, Mayor? Well, anyway, okay, and just like a major kickoff, we're going to try to have a little, refreshments, some coffee and donuts and so forth. Of course, the main thing, we're going to have gloves, bags and so forth and all that. We're going to have a sign-in sheets. It's sign-in sheet, sign in at Booker Dozier Rec Complex. And it's going to be there for you if you want to, speak on certain areas of the city that might need cleaning up and all that, And another thing, I know a lot of people say, well, they can clean up and so forth, and they don't have a way of, getting them to the dumpsters. But if they sign sheet and all that, say, or call, I'm going to give them my number to call me, say, well, I got so many bags. I just, True Blue, my little truck. I'll pick it up and take it to the dumpster. And yeah, okay, our locations, our main locations, Boogadocia on Middle Belt, and then we're gonna have Lamone Park on Pine Street, Wheatley Park on Penn Street, Strowman, no, Westwood Park on Strowman, okay? And these locations where we're gonna have our dumpsters and so forth and all that. And just seeing that, you know, and I want to speak on if I got a little time, okay? You know, talking about the programs, you know, like I said, many good programs in our city of Inkster, and got a chance to see a nice young man. He was on TV a while back, and he spoke about one of our programs. And he spoke about one of our programs, and I'm involved with that program, We Rise organization, where we work out at Inkster Rec Complex. And we have programs, we got church programs and all that. Like I say, we got a network come together. At one time, years ago, we did have an organization, and they were having meetings. And I think, and Mrs. Well, anyway, and we're going to have those meetings and all that and get together and find out what's going on in Inkster and how we can come together, you know, to do a lot of things, especially for the young folks and the old folks. And that's where our hearts should be. And we good folks. We good folks. Okay, and we ain't got a lot of money, but I think we do the best we can for we. But we got to come together and network, let everybody know about the good things that we have in our city, and support the good things that we have in our city. And with that, that's all I have to say. What's happening, Skip? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. All right.
Skip.
All right, y'all.
Thank you, Mr. I'll open that up. All right, that's the end of public participation. Madam Clerk.
Mayor, I have two public comments, one from Mr. Charles Blackwell and one from Ms. Verna Evans. Both public comments was disseminated to mayor and council, and they will be put into the meeting minutes for tonight under public communications.
Okay, anything else?
No comment.
Mr. Treasurer?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Have two announcements as was indicated at the beginning of public comment. The most recent water bills have gone out. Customers should be receiving those water bills. As we have in the past, if there's any questions, we encourage everyone to come up to City Hall or you can call in if there's any questions or concerns about your water bills. We're still reviewing all cases. The second thing is the city, just within the past week, reached a important date. We're officially 1 year from when we started the installations of the water meters. So that ends the time frame for the company that we had contracted with for installs. We are right at about 7,500 meters that have been installed over the last year, and that's about 90% of our customers. We're going to continue on with the installs, but they're going to be done by the DPS, by our own Department of Public Services. And just wanted to thank the Department of Public Services, Jerome, Tori, their team. Everybody's been working really hard. And I want to acknowledge the Treasury team, our water team here at City Hall, June, who works in there, and especially to Nat Harris, who's been really our lead person through this effort. Lastly, we want to thank the customers. We know it's been a trying process. We've tried to listen to and respond, and we're continuing to do that. We're striving for improvement and making sure that we're providing the best service that we can. And lastly, we just want to encourage anyone who has not had a meter installed you can call or come up to City Hall, and we're continuing to do those appointments. But we are at the end of the 1 year projected timeline, and we have reached 90% completion. So just wanted to inform you guys of that. And thanks again.
Mr. Treasurer, did the inserts go out with the water bills?
They did.
Okay, great. All right, Mayor and Council communication, Councilwoman Rutledge.
I just wanted to say that I was deeply saddened by the events of the young men. And this city has a plethora of resources. So, Mr. Squirrel, I know you are a strong advocate for the community. It sounds to me like Pastor Crawford Pastor Overman, Mr. AIA, it sounds like they need assistance, and maybe we can put our resources towards those types of things. So I don't know what we need to do, but there's something that needs to be done. Mr. Mayor, I don't know if we need to have some kind of forum. We need to bring all, like Mr. AIA said, these resources together to do something for our youth. But I don't, it deeply troubled me. I mean, I was extremely saddened by that. And I agree that something needs to be done within the community.
Councilman Bishop.
Just second that. I mean, something definitely needs to be done. We have all these programs here in the city. But like Pastor Overman said, the problem is getting our children in those programs. So we need to figure out a way that we can all come together and figure out how to not only reach the youth, but reach the parents. I know we got the Summerfest coming up. Maybe we can have a day where we have all these organizations come and showcase what the city is offering. We don't show up for nothing else. We show up for a party. So, I mean, you know, I know that's a long way off. Things need to be done before then, but that's something we definitely need to look into.
Okay. All right. Councilwoman Scott.
I'm gonna echo that. I also had a statement, but after, hearing everything tonight, it would just be echoing the sentiment at this point. Obviously, I offered my condolences to family, all those that were involved, even the bystanders who had to witness such thing. That's traumatic, on so many different levels. And even the young men, involved, right? Like, I think we need to not overlook that. However, the reason why I don't want to read my statements, because from what I hear, y'all are tired of hearing people talk. Inkster's tired of lip service. So I just want to say, and I know myself and other council men up here have been speaking a lot over this last week and weekend just about solutions. And so I want to make a personal promise that there will be action. You got to bear with us. This isn't an overnight solution. We do want to hear community members. We don't want to make decisions for people when we don't necessarily completely understand their story or what they need. So yeah, I just really want to reassure you all, because as you all know, like, I just had a son, and I work with students of this age every day, and it does hit home. Yeah, so I just want to let you all know that I hear you, and I will follow up with action.
Thank you. Councilwoman Richardson.
Yes. I totally agree with what my colleagues just said. I'm from the old school. Parents ruled, and they had control of their children. We had rules and regulations that we had to follow. And I know that this is a different day and time. I'm a grandmother, great grandmother, and I ain't changed, so my kids got to do what I say, even my grown ones. But we do have a lot of resources, and I agree we need to get together to let the public know. I think that one of the problems, children have issues, but I realize that the parents do too. When I was on the school board, and the kids would come in and they were selling drugs, they come before you for you to expel them. And you ask them, where'd you get your drugs? And the mama, father, where you get that? They said, from your stash. They tell us that. I know where you had it, in that big red chair. So we have issues. It's not going to be solved overnight. These are young people, and they think different. It's just time now for us to come together as a community. In my day, my neighbor could say something to us, and if we didn't do what they said do, we got it. So, but now the parents ready to fight you if you try to discipline their kid. Yep. So now that's a problem. And that's unfortunately where we are today. And we're just gonna have to come together and work as one. It was Abraham Lincoln, his grandfather said, a house divided against itself when it cannot stand. And that was during the Civil War, and we still in the Civil War. We're fighting for our rights. We're fighting for our children. It's just a fight, our community. So we have to bond together. It doesn't matter who's a Republican, who's a Democrat. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Your religion, it doesn't matter. We're all human and we're here to survive and we have to help each other. So that's where I am. And we're going to work together and see what we can come up with. And we do welcome your comments and your input. And I did go to the little prayer they had out. Wasn't that many, but the prayer was powerful. And I'm a woman, I believe in prayer. I believe in miracles. And I don't think that the hope is lost for this city. I just have that. Been here all my life. And I guess I'll stay here a while. I guess. I'm gonna try. But just have patience with us, like you said, and we're gonna work together as a community. And we just have to come together, one mind, one body, and work together, regardless of our differences. We can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. So based on that, and let me just say something to my treasurer here. I was just kind of confused when Miss Wiley was saying she got a May bill. How did she get a May bill and this is April?
She says due in May, May 20th.
Oh, it's due in May? So this is an actual bill is it actual or estimated for?
This was the bill for
March.
So we bill on a calendar basis, and so the March bill is going to be received in April, and we're giving residents until May to further payment of that bill.
So we are billing monthly, not every 3 months like back in my day.
No, we're billing monthly. We have been billing for some time.
Okay, I'm still kind of confused on it. So the situation from last week when they were complaining about their bills being too high.
Bills would have just been received over the weekend or today.
Okay, I'm talking about the high bills, the $500 and $700 gas, water bills.
Those are from prior months, correct?
Okay, so you are looking into that and you are handling that?
Yeah, so we review each individual case and we send a response back in writing. We're also doing meetings in person per the customer's request, but we respond to each individual request with a breakdown of the charges and what has gone into their bill.
Okay, the meters that they were saying that they cut off and it was still running. The company, are they looking into those meters? Do they need repairing or what?
Well, we looked at some individual meters. We have not yet seen anything that has raised a flag for that. But just in terms of anytime we get a complaint about the meter, about the bill, we are reviewing those individual cases. We've had some of our employees that have gone out, taking a look at that, but we have not seen any mechanical problems or anything like that with any employees at this point.
Okay, I know that we get a lot of complaints about the bills and everything. And back in my day, under Ernie Hendricks, everybody had to give a report. Your treasurer, your attorney, everything. You know, when they make complaints, I would appreciate it if you kind of inform the council so that we'll know what's going on.
We are responding in writing and we can provide you an
Update?
update on that for sure.
Okay, I thank you. Okay, and Mr. Bivens, my street is jacked up and my lawn is jacked up. When they gonna fix it?
Everything, I mean, it's getting good weather now, so it's. Let me say this to everybody so they understand. We have construction going, mayor council doing up. We have construction that goes on in the city. Stuff get tore up. Get fixed. Companies are coming back to do cleanup. The weather's just now breaking. So just give us a little time. That's all I ask. Just give us a little time. And you will see your stuff restored back to the way it was or better. Just give this, I just ask people to be patient.
Okay,
That's
all
all I
the
ask.
issue is is that when they're tearing up the streets and they go back to put gravel down, I mean, we still on a roller coaster. They're not, they won't even take the time to even it out, and so that, then you can tear up your car. And I know that all of that is for anybody around here that's, they're doing construction. So even when they do that, if they go back and they cover it and make it smooth where it's presentable that you can ride on it, then that would kind of solve some of the problems.
That's fine.
Thank
When
you.
you have those issues, just reach out to my office. I do have a project manager that oversees those projects.
I'll do that. You
All right,
know.
thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Howard?
I just have one question for the treasurer. I know we are about to be in budget talks. Do we need to set up some dates? Do you have any dates in mind or?
So we'll be, as usual, using the month of May. We're finishing up our departmental meetings. We've been going over that the last couple of weeks. Departments have submitted their budgets. We're compiling those. Again, we expect as normal to use the month of May. So we'll be reaching out to request some dates for those budget review sessions.
Okay.
But we're still looking at the month of May for that.
Okay, that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you. To the public, I wanted to talk about a few things. The first is in the school systems, there has been a game that's come out on social media called Senior Assassin. And when I was advised about what it was, and then I saw the news stories, in areas that aren't ours, it seems like a fun game. But in areas like ours, it seems like what some of our friends or peers would do on their day-to-day basis. It's a popular student organized elimination game where high school seniors use water guns to assassinate assigned targets to win a cash prize. It's often managed via social media or apps like Splashin'. Players or assassins track targets and use ambushes outside of school hours to win, which some users on Facebook say is fun, social experience, but it frequently prompts police warnings due to public safety and concerns. When some of my colleagues had advised me that their students are leaving home with their water pistol because they could be ambushed if they got on these special, because we might have on some special type of glasses or something, or they're taking a sibling with them to watch their back when they go in the store. I said, that's funny because in our neighborhood, that normally means somebody's after you and you taking somebody to watch your back. Or you got on some designer frames and somebody trying to take them from you. And I was like, it's kind of sort of teaching the wrong thing because, again, if you do that in our communities, it's just a statistic. One school has a $900 cash prize. Another school had an $1,800 cash prize. And then on the weekend, it's called the purge. And all bets are off. So I just wanted to warn people because what I saw on the news was that you would see students jumping fences, hiding in people's backyards, and they're in all other different areas with water pistols that look like guns. So yeah, just stay on the alert about that. One of the other things I wanted to note too is some of our students, a lot of the conversations that are happening with these altercations and other tense situations are taking place on social media. And not just in the comments of the posts you see, but it could be things we used to call subtweets because they have a thing on Instagram called notes now. So a whole fight would stem because they're putting sub matters, if you will, in the notes about one another and making threats, so on and so forth. And then the messages, the group chats, all of that. So I think some of our, not you all, but some of our parents and guardians and stuff like that need to stay engaged in their students or their kids' social media accounts. And I know for a fact some parents have banned their kids from being on them, but then their friends make them an account. And then just the simple stuff that we all, we're involved in when our parents or our neighbors or whoever would ask us, how was your day? What did you do? Where are you going? Who are you with? Or who are your friends' parents? Those are things that I always got approached about from everybody. And I thought my family and I thought you all were being nosy. But I had no idea what you were doing was ensuring that I was moving in the right direction or some of us were moving in the right direction and just knowing who we were with at all times as you could.
Another thing is policing our own community as well. And I don't mean getting out here and trying to be the police. What I'm talking about is how we used to know our blocks, we knew our communities, we knew our neighbors, and some of that even led to mentorships. And I'm talking about when you be sitting on your couch watching cartoons and neighbor come knock on the door and say, hey, I'm about to take Stephen for the day. I'm like, where are we going? And you end up in vacation Bible school. I didn't ask to go to vacation Bible school, but I was there for the summer. Or you end up going to help them do something on their car, going to the store, whatever the case may be. So with that, the programs like Mr. King spoke of, Pastors Crawford and Overman have, they didn't have to worry about enrollment because if it wasn't you as a parent talking to them or taking them, it was a community doing so. So in that, we just also have to learn how to curb the appetites for roaming the streets at night too. Because a lot of us, if we have to work these afternoon and midnight shifts and we're not always home and the neighbors aren't watching out, for our young ones, then who will keep their appetites curved to stay in the house? Because I know for a fact, I had to be by that phone because when that caller ID showed Ford Motor Company, I knew I better answer that phone because that was my mama calling on her break and I better have been at that house and not outside doing God knows what. Also, parents, we need you to speak up when you do need help. I know sometimes it can be embarrassing to ask for help, but in our community, it's not an embarrassment at all. It's just asking the village to step in where you might not have the proper resource. When we talked about curfews, we did look into it, and I had looked it up real quick. Michigan State, or the state of Michigan, already has curfews in place. Some cities just have stricter ones that they enforce with signage and things of that nature in their local ordinances. And also those of us who are driving, because someone said something about making exceptions about when those are traveling to and from work. I was one at 16 with a driver's license, and the curfew used to be midnight, that you could be driving without someone who was 21 or older, unless you were going to and from work. But when I look now, I guess they increased it, and that was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So that's there as well. But I think most people with a graduated driver's license is not trying to risk it, and they're doing a responsible thing. The weekend cleanup, I would just encourage the community to try to bring a young man or a young lady out to that, because that can be a start right there as well. With keeping them engaged, knowing more about their community. It's always just a select few that's out there, and then everybody wants to give 10 different locations to go up to, to go out to us in the community cleanup, and it's only like 5 or 6, and we can't do it all. So I'm encouraging everybody who could participate or maybe not participate. Get a young man or a young lady there. I'll be there. If we need to, if you got 3 or 4 and they need to be picked up, I'll go get them. So please let me know. This weekend, I attended the statewide nominating convention. On Saturday, I was honored and recognized. And then Sunday was a very long day. And that is where people from all over the state of Michigan convened at Huntington Place to nominate persons for the office of Secretary of State, the Attorney General, Michigan State University Board of Trustees, Wayne State University Board of Governors, the University of Michigan Board of Regents, Supreme Court judges, and the State Board of Education. That is a heck of an experience, and I believe this year was a record turnout for the Michigan Democratic Party. They had 7,300 credentialed people who decide who those nominees will be coming up in August and November. A week prior to that, we attended the Wayne Westland Community School Board District about retrieving, if you will, the property from Wayne Westland that used to be part of Inkster Public Schools. It was quite interesting. And the attitude, the level of entitlement, the comments that were made towards our community and our persons there, and the verbiage on the agenda was disrespectful. It said recommendation to deny. And that was the proposal that Mayor Nolan submitted to them that he's been working on for the past 9 years with trying to even get before them. He mentioned that our school district had been dissolved for 13 years. He's been trying to get before the board for 9. And it took me back for a minute, and I had to think, why would they put this on their agenda for recommendation to deny? Well, it's politics. Because if it gets denied, we can't bring it back up that way. We got to come with a whole different idea. So they did table it. I think one board member, once he recognized that half the room was Inkster, had a revelation. because he sat down, he talked with myself and Councilwoman Scott afterwards. And he also stated publicly that the conversation didn't stop just because that vote got tabled or whatever the case may have been. We had some very educated people that were there with us in the room who seek to get this land back. The mayor spoke very prominently as always. He's been to multiple meetings, and so for it to get to that particular point, and then they tried to use the flyer that was posted against us, because they looked at it as a war cry, like we were rallying the troops. No, what we were doing was energizing our people, notifying them with a graphic outside of just 10,000 words to come out and be supportive. Now, the board has asked people from Inkster to continue coming out to those meetings because we do have a heavy influence in Wayne Westland. Our students and tax dollars do go over there, as do the surrounding communities. So, what you should note too, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, this was all public, so you can go back and watch the video yourself. But what you should tune into is maybe you don't watch the whole meeting, but if you want to do so, the board's communications. That's just like our communications here and what we have to report out to the community about what we did, what we didn't do, things we seek to change. I took copious notes because I wanted to know what each and every board member had to say about this community, because you know when you're not in the room, that's when they talk about you. So I stayed. And if you want, I will give you those. It's public, so I don't care. But let's just put it this way. There is an election coming up where board members' terms end on 12/31/2026. And the community and other people have asked for persons who desire to run for those positions. Because as one of our community members said, one of our former Inkster residents, I don't think isn't working in our best interest. And the comments that were said, or the recusal of not voting twice, but then voting the table, says a lot. The comment from one of the commissioners that said, oh, if Inkster pays our attorney fees, we'll sit down with our attorneys and talk to them. Or the comment that, oh, Inkster just won't have the money. Well, like the mayor said, you didn't pay to get it in the first place. Then when they said, oh, Inkster never owned the property in the first place, I beg to differ, because the city of Inkster was a village first. Then it became a city. Then came Inkster Public Schools. So whose property was it first? So it's a lot that can be said. Again, I'll share that information with you all. There's just a lot to unpack there, and it's a lot. So again, thank you. Sorry.
All right.
The next meeting,
May 18th, same night as our meeting. So we gotta, if we're gonna be on the agenda, then we may have to push our meeting a day and show up over there again. Otherwise, they will do something in the dark for sure.
yeah, it's open to the whole public. And just one, I'm sorry, real quick, Mr. Mayor. One thing too, with everybody, all these comments and stuff on Facebook, and people have said, well, why don't y'all just buy the property back from them? They won't sell it to us. They won't even entertain those conversations, because what it is they are scared that we're gonna get the property back, put a school on it, whether it's charter or public, and try to draw students back from the district into Inkster. Wow. Wow. All right. I know they do have a new superintendent, but they blocked yours. Oh, wow.
7 o'clock. So I'm gonna be real quick. Report potholes. We have a new pothole hotline. It's hopefully everybody can grab a flyer. 313-563-4268. If you have a pothole in your street or you see a pothole anywhere, take a picture of it, call in, let us know where it's at. Doesn't matter what time of day, you can leave a message. Also, it's email to that, potholes@cityofinkster.com, so that's easy to remember. Again, attach a picture, put a location, so we can come out there and patch it up. The streets are in bad condition, we know. We only get so much money each year to repair streets. We have a minor street fund, a major street fund. That's it. The governor, I guess, the last budget was talking about fixing roads, but that trickles down to us. It's still a small amount of money. We can't fix all the roads at once. We have some major roads that need repair. We're doing John Daly right now. We just finished John Daly last week. Yep. We're doing Cherry Hill this summer, along with Dearborn Heights. And then we just redid, was it North River? What did we just finish? North River Drive, we had to replace that. So,
Doing all the streets that were where we put the new water main.
right, well, we put the water main. So we're working on the street. It's never gonna be enough, but we are working on it. Some of the comments tonight. Mr. Eberhard, I remember you asked, was there any questions? There weren't any questions because we agreed. I see your frustration. We all have the same frustration. So sometimes it comes out as anger. It shouldn't be anger. Again, it's a community issue. CBI, we agree. The data shows that it works. Last fall, we applied for a grant to bring CBI to Inkster. We're just waiting to hear back. It's 2 grants. As soon as we get a yes, we're going to fully implement that, and we're hoping to do it by this summer. So we're all on the same page. So we had no questions of you because we agree that's what we're already moving to try to do. A lot of times we don't do the best in communicating what we're doing, so some people feel like we're not doing anything. We're going to try to do a little better with that. We have some new ideas on how to communicate with everybody in the city using some data that we have access to now. But this forum is a perfect forum to come address all those issues. Also, you can pick up the phone and call. I mean, we're a small city. Everybody in the city has my phone number. If you don't talk to me, you'll talk to my assistant. You can get the same information. Or talk to one of our staff members. But we want you to know what's going on, and we're going to need everybody. To solve the problem with teen violence, it's not a one thing. It's not just the parents. It's not just the community. It's everything. And for us to we can have 1 million programs, but if we don't get the right parents out to the program along with their kids, it's meaningless. And of course, the parents who are not doing as well or who are challenged in other ways, working 2, 3 jobs, or may have their own issues, those are the last parents who are going to come to any type of program that we may have. So we got to figure out how to drag them out and get them there, or at least get the kids there. So that's a community situation. The Malcolm X House, I do not understand why we talk about the Malcolm X House in the City of Inkster meeting. We have nothing to do with the Malcolm X House. I think I saw. Hold on, man. Don't speak out. I didn't say nothing when you were talking. I'm gonna talk now. I saw a post you put on social media, and you said one of the reasons why this is a problem is because of the failure of the mayor. The mayor has nothing to do with the foundation that gave him a grant. We have no oversight responsibilities or duties over the Malcolm X House. We did not give him the $80,000 for the windows that came from the state of Michigan. The city of Inkster, you pull permits and you do work. If you offered to do some work and that man said no, hold on, don't interrupt me, bro. If you offered to do some work and that man said no, that's between you and him. It ain't got nothing to do with the city. If the house is in a dangerous condition, could you please stop interrupting me? If the house is in a dangerous condition, then that's when the city comes in. To protect the public from any dangerous condition. But the fact that he didn't complete the house the way you wanted him to complete the house has nothing to do with us. So please keep my name out your mouth, talking about it's the mayor's fault and all that other crap you put on social media. It really ticks me off because you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, man, look, man, I'm just telling you. Man, look, I don't want to hear that, bro. You ain't did nothing for this community. You don't even live in this community, and you always running your mouth looking for attention. I'm telling you that the city is going to do what they're supposed to do, and you can go ahead and do whatever you got to do. Bro, I don't need to know you. I'm telling you that I'm doing my job and we're handling our business. So keep my name out your mouth. That's what I'm saying to you. Now, everything is fine. Have a seat. He good. Everything's all right. Yeah. I'm just saying that, look, it's always a lot of chatter about what's going on in the community, and that's fine. But the moment we stop blaming...
That's one thing you gotta stop doing.
What?
You gotta be respectful too. If you want me to be respectful, you can't be.
I haven't swore at you. You interrupted me. This is the third time you interrupted me when I've been talking. Whoa. Hold on. First of all, you disrespect me every time you interrupt me. And I haven't kicked you out the meeting. I haven't said nothing. Okay, bro. You think you can say, first of all, just because I'm wearing a jacket don't mean you get to say whatever you want to say to me. I can speak to you just like you speak to me. So I'm telling you.
No.
Hold on. Look. Let's stop having this interaction. Man, come on, you can't. Look.
I'll be back for the next one, bro.
Yeah, that's good. We'll see you then. Yeah. what we don't need in our community, let me say this to you. Every time something happens, if one of our residents or someone who's not a resident calling the news so they can get on the news to do an interview. I got Channel 4 come rolled up on City Hall today because we had the prayer thing yesterday, and somebody in this room who just left this room called the news so they can come interview him. Then he sent them up to City Hall so they can talk to me about teen violence. We know what's going on in our community. We're addressing what's going on in our community. Anybody who's seeking attention, they can go do that somewhere else. We're trying to solve problems. It's easy to say what's wrong. It's hard to fix what's wrong. And that's what we're trying to do. I'm just tired of everybody else dogging our own community. This is the second time in the last 6 weeks that the same person called the news. First time was because it was trash. Pick up the trash. Call us, we'll pick up the trash. But why are you calling Channel 4 to put us on, expose our city in a negative way? I don't appreciate that. I don't think that's being a good citizen. And then you can come say whatever you want to say, interrupt in the meeting, and then say that I'm being disrespectful because I may raise my voice. If I'm being disrespectful, I hope I'm not saying anything disrespectful. We just need to take control of our city and keep our stuff in-house and take care of our own issues. If somebody else has another agenda, then let them go on with that. I'm tired of hearing about the Malcolm X house and Aaron Sims and all that stuff. That has nothing to do with the city of Inkster. If y'all want to hold Aaron Sims accountable, that's between you and Aaron Sims. You know, that's his house. The city gave him the house. I thought it was a good project. I still hope it is a good project. I would love to see it get completed so we can walk through it and have something historical in our city. But every time something happens, it's not the mayor and city council fault. This is ridiculous. Somebody posted last week when the two young men shot each other, it's a failure of the mayor and city council. I mean, look, and I was so saddened by what happened, I just I had to set my phone down and leave it alone. You know, because there's no point blaming us. There's no point blaming the parents. They need help, obviously, if their kids are involved in something like that, and we're the ones who have to help. And we all know that. So hopefully we can come together and do that. I think it's a great idea for a resource fair. We can get all the organizations together and then invite the public to come out and see what everybody has to offer. And then we can talk and do things together. So I think we should move forward that. Hopefully we can do that. And if people want to participate, hey, if he wants to participate, he's welcome. But all this drama and all that being messy, we got to cut that out. I mean, social media is one of the biggest problems I think we've had having this community. It's crazy because people get behind their keyboards or their phones and everybody get brave and start saying crazy stuff, you know. But anyway, that's all I got tonight. I think I'm feeling some sort of way, huh? All right, I appreciate y'all coming out. And we have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.